Diabolical YouTube. My God. At work with the NPCs, oh, just, make sure you got some Florida water and spray those suckers. Check on in. Hey, Yafi. Shalom. Hey, everybody. Check on in. I'll wait a while. I'm going to do a Q&A because there's a lot of people. I don't know if someone shared my channel. A lot of times, let me say this. I love y'all because you've been with me. For a lot of you, you've been with me since I was on here in like 2011 and 12 or 13 or 14. Some of you have been with me for a while, so you know me already. But there are people like writing me questions, so I'm going to do a Q&A before I start the topic, if that's okay. There are people who have questions. And again, I don't know if they're coming from another channel. You guys can tell me. I don't know if someone shared. Sometimes what happens is that people will share my videos to other platforms that may have not known I'm here. Who's to say? Radiation wizards in the house. What's good? We're talking about radiation wheat. It's right in alignment, so check on it. So I'll do the Q&A first, if that's okay with you guys. Please put a handy dandy like on a video if you like the topic today. Like I said, I made videos for Rumble. It takes me a while because I'm not used to the platform. Going live is a lot different on there. So I know there's a lot of people who came and have supported me on Rumble. I love that. And it's not because I don't want to do Rumble videos. It's because I'm not. You already know, I'm trying to be more proficient technologically. Hey, AJ. So just be patient with me because I'm a little more seasoned. Someone told me I was lying. So I'm going to answer questions first. I'm going to do a Q&A first, and then we'll get into the diabolical topic, okay? If that's okay. People have wrote down questions, and I'm going to answer some. So if someone can do a timestamp to when I start the topic of radiation wheat and water, which I'm going to get into. It's going to be very interesting. Just put the timestamp when I start that topic. I'm going to do Q&A first, okay? Because, I don't know why there's so many people asking certain questions. I've just been on a long time. So maybe they just came to me in this sector, okay? So first question, hold on. First question is, are you a reptilian? Am I a reptilian? Let me state this. I am absolutely no, let me say this. I personally acknowledge that I probably have a lot of reptilian qualities and some DNA, like a lot of people in here. Probably less than most. That's answering that question. I don't want to go too far into it because I have a lot of questions that people ask me. Okay, so someone asked me about being an Andromedan and how is that connected to the extraterrestrial groups. So Babette's trying to get on a bed as we speak. So as I've talked about it, I've been a contactee from the Andromedans, which is basically kin to the Anunnaki of the Nibirians. Remember, I've told you that Nibiru is a Babette. Hold on, I gotta get Babette up here. Okay, Babette's happy. Babette always has to shine. Okay. I've been a contactee of Andromedans since a little girl, since the beginning. They are kin to what you consider to be Nibirians. Nibirians are a multitude of different species on a ship. Nibiru, you like to say it's Planet X. Some of you call it the Anunnaki homeworld. Needless to say, I've been in contact with them for a while. So many of you know that I talk about the Anunnaki, the Nibirians. It's, Anunnaki is like a very generic term, and Nibirians, but I am in contact specifically who has seeded me from the Andromedans. And that is, I know that, I think Alex Collier also says he is a contactee of Andromedans as well, but he is in contact with Andromedans that he perceives to be bald blue beings. So my Andromedans are women, different hues of women from light tan to dark brown. They have usually dreadlocks or twists in their hair. They come originally from a version of Earth, another version of Earth originally, and they left. And they have, they still have a connection to the ant beings. So I know that you see the Hopi also have a connection to the ant beings, which are a form of insectoid. So I'll just answer that. That's it. Fleur Brun, Are you an agent? Are you an agent working for the dark ops government? They asked me if I'm working for the dark or government. I'm assuming they mean government. I absolutely in zero way have ever been connected to any governmental officials, any governmental organization. I am not paid. I haven't ever been paid by any government to ever speak. So that is to answer that question. Absolutely zero. I have zero connection to any governmental. There isn't any governmental officials paying for me. I haven't ever been a part of any government, whether it's dark ops, CIA, FBI, zero. Okay. So I know a lot of people come on and say, how does she know all this information? Well, if you knew me for a while, like some of the others did, you already know I've been on in this neck of the woods for a long time and I'm a contactee. So that's where I get a lot of my connection and information is because I've been zested by the others. I have a lot of awareness that's beyond what normal people maybe have access to. Are you part of a cult or do you have some sort of, what is it? Wait, they said, are you part of a cult or did you start a digital cult? Absolutely zero. I haven't ever had a cult or group connected to a cult. I do have a group on Zoom, and I've had another group on FB for a while, which is the Cipher group. I think this started with a young lady years ago who was talking about that I was part of a digital group because she was upset that I wasn't promoting her and that I wasn't allowing her to feed or parasite off of my group financially. So what happens a lot of times, y'all, when people are upset, 90% of the people online who may have an issue with me, who I call the haters, these are people who have been removed from groups from being diabolical, being racist, being nasty, or just basically trying to use my platform or my group to try to leverage their themselves. So a lot of times you'll hear people make things up. I haven't ever had a cult. There isn't anybody who's culting with me. You know what I mean? Everybody is. I have a lot of moms, though, and a lot of women who've been connected to me over the year because I'm a mother. So, you know, before a lot of this on separate platforms, you'll see me on mommy's groups. I'm connected to a lot of different ET kind of, you know, UFO groups. So absolutely zero. If anyone's told me I'm part of the group, they're just upset because they didn't get shine and they weren't being leveraged. They weren't able to leverage off me. If you try to use me or try to do something with me or try to benefit from my groups, I won't allow you. And you know, I'm Sagittarius and I'm 3. I will just ghost you. And people are mentally not really prepared to be ghosted by somebody that they've been used to being around and parasiting off of. So that's it. So that's that question. Fleur Brun, do you have a partner? A mate? A partner, mate, or okay, so they're asking if I have a partner or mate. And wait, the question, they also asked another question. If I have a partner or mate, and am I gay? Am I gay? As many of you know, I am a proponent of loving and enjoying the company of males. Organic males that were born males. So absolutely, you know, I have a lot of sea stars that are actually, you know, that follow me, that sleep with other females that are, you know, that are gay. So I think that may be why they asked me that. I think women are beautiful, but I love being with males, and that is my number one mating propensity. You know, I don't call myself heterosexual because I think that's stupid. I like being with males. I like healthy males, and that's my mating you know, expression. Okay. I know, stop. Yeah, I don't know why they think that. I think because I talk about males and I definitely talk about things like that, but it isn't that I have an issue of being with males. I just, you know, I speak about things that are relative in my life, okay? That's it. And do I have a mate? That's really no one's concern. I do like someone specifically, so you can know that. I have a fondness of one specific person at this point, so that's all you need to know. Okay, so the next question is, why am I speaking about why am I speaking about, I wrote these down. Why am I speaking about the Anunnaki if they're negative? Why am I speaking? They said something. Okay, so this question I think was posed to me because there are a lot of people who feel the Anunnaki are negative. Um, uh, they have a negative information regarding the Anunnaki, so they feel like, why am I connected to beings that are nefarious? Everyone knows what they know. I've been part of this sector for a long time. I think a lot of times the Anunnaki have gotten a bad rap, the Nigerians, based on the propaganda of governmental officials who utilize and other dark ops, Satanists, and so on. They tend to throw that out there to make people really confused, and also to paint a negative picture of those who have a lot of connection to us genetically. So it makes sense that you will hear a lot of people talk negatively about it. Could also be that they aren't part of that particular sector. Planet X is a planetoid with many different beings, but they may not have a connection to them. So in their mind, it's negative. So I can't say that they're wrong or right, but it is what it is. Okay, so I have a great connection to the Nigerians. I come and I've been on that starship, and a lot of the beings on there, we have a unified connection to the different groups and species that run it. It's kind of like Star Trek or Star Wars, where you have multiple beings working on one accord on one ship. So that's just what I do. Okay. Fleur Brun, why you be hating on the men? Okay, so let's say this. I love sun stars, and there isn't any hate over here. I usually speak about things that are relative to what I discuss. I'm a woman, and I'm a woman of color. So, sometimes you'll hear my opinion about males and females. So I don't think I really put if you feel like I put a lot of emphasis on males, it's really just not hate. It's actually quite the opposite. It's because I love males, and I love when they're healthy. And I know that our sea stars are really struggling finding proper connections to a lot of our sun stars that are healthier. So I think I speak about it sometimes. It's no hate though, so just FYI. Where are you, okay, this person says you say that you're native, but why have you never spoken about it previously? I don't think I ever not spoke about my background genetically. I think I've always been pretty transparent with like who and what I am, where I come from. I talk about my family being from the Caribbean by way of South America. I've always talked about being Carib. I think just if you come to me newer, I'm not going to repeat things over and over again. So maybe you've just not heard it, and maybe the videos, maybe you're newer to me, but it's something that I've always I'm really proud of who I am and where I come from and my background. So if that's something that you've not heard before, it's because you've not been I've been on since like 2011 on YouTube. So it's just probably, maybe you came to me a little sooner. This person's hating on me. So this person's saying, why are you always talking about your mother and father? And why are you always talking about your mother and father and making everybody feel bad about themselves? Wait, bad about themselves. Okay, so this person asked me, why am I always speaking about my parents in such a positive way? Let me state this. I love my parents. They are amazing. Just like some of you talk about Jesus Christ, some of you talk about your Buddha, some of you talk about, those are the beings that you feel like influence you positively. Some of you talk about like Osiris and Nefertiti and and whoever gods that the Orishas that you love, whether it's Oshun or Yemiya, whoever you talk about, like that's who you feel influence you positively. I think it's really important that you realize that I love my parents, and the reason why myself and my brothers have been really positive people for the most part is because I came from really beautiful people and really sweet people. And I think it's really sad that you have a problem when someone talks positively about their parents, because all of the constant visceral kind of conversations online is people constantly talking negatively about their you hear my doggies? talking negatively about their family and talking about they've been traumatized. But as soon as you see a woman of color talk positive about her dad, I'm a daddy's girl and I love it. And my father and mother really did a wonderful job with myself and my brothers coming from other countries, not speaking the language. I think that's really beautiful. So I think if you have a problem with me talking positively about my mother and my father, that really has to do with you. If you feel like you only want to hear women talk negatively about men in their life or how their father's not there, that you shouldn't project that on me. That isn't my experience. My experience with my father and the men in my life has been really positive. So it's interesting that that is something. Hold on. My dogs are like, I got like a wolf pack. Come on, come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Frosty. I've got like hounds. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, stop barking. I've got like hounds. Yeah, so I just wanted to say that. Like like I said, I'm sorry, y'all. They'll eventually stop. Okay. And like even this person here, she is Lilith in a clone body. This is like, that's the conversation. First of all, Lilith is a concept in your head. Clone body, listen, if I had a clone body, it'd be a lot skinnier and it wouldn't have the stretch marks from giving birth to a lot of children. So you need to stop that. You need to make sure you check yourself before you wreck yourself. You're going to be, you're here to see me. I don't come to where you are. So apparently you like to see clones. Okay? Clones don't have stretch marks. Clones don't have big breasts. Well, maybe they do. Maybe, clones aren't able to get pregnant and have children. So if you perceive that I'm a Lilith concept, you need to leave. These are the people who are mentally ill online. They see a woman, they consider me to be Lilith because they're attracted to me. They think I have like a sexual kind of energy. So they just project their insecurities or their kind of taboos on women on me. It has nothing to do with me, okay? So there's nothing wrong with being a natural woman. That shouldn't be somebody, thank you, Yafi, that shouldn't be something that's ever, vilified. You have people online that with all kinds of fake hair, eyelashes and everything, but when you see a woman who's organic, the first thing you want to do when she feels confident, she likes herself, is you want to vilify her. This is why a lot of women are scared to come online. Listen, I've been on the block a long time. So, you know what I mean? I've been on the block a long time. So I have a thicker skin than most. So, because I've been on before YouTube was weaponized. But yeah, there isn't any way I'm a clone. Okay? Well, all of you complete clowns. Like, I just wanted to answer some of the questions about that. Also, people were asking where I live. Many of you know I used to live in Orlando. I moved last year, around this time last year. Many of you know. Let me just state this, that it's really no one's business where I live. And a lot of times what happens is that I've had a chance to witness over the years how cruel a lot of these beings, these weaponized Agent Smiths are online. There's a group of women that were discussing and trying to find out where I live so they can do harm to my children. I won't share that information anymore because I've seen how people, like very, very nefarious people, have been using people's addresses or where they live to dox them so that they can have people hurt them and their families. There were 3 women trying to sit there and trying to find out where I live. 3 of them that were removed from my group, and it's really sad. You know what I mean? I've watched Alexis K have her information set out where people put her address out there, and she's a woman. Like, why would you do that? There's a lot of sick people out here. You think that you're hurting me, but you're hurting other people, and there's going to be a spiritual consequence for you doing that. So it's really no one's business where I live. I've seen people use people's addresses to dox them and to send people to their house to hurt them. And doxing is really dangerous. And I've watched it over the years. Like I've just seen, there was a young lady, Ashe Divine, really sweet young lady. They had her information, and I had a chance to witness it. They gave her information of where she lived. She had little ones at the time. And I actually witnessed some cars, like she showed me some cars of people driving past her house when her little girl was outside. You know how disgusting that is? There's a lot of demonic people online. And after I saw what they did to, Alexis K, when they gave her information, I mean, she's a woman. Like, why would you do that? Like, do you not understand that if someone gets murdered and you've given that information, you are going to be karmically indebted to that? So I won't give my information of where I live. It's nobody's business. The fact that you have women working consciously to trying to find out where I live, it just says there's a reason why those people have been removed from my life. Okay, that's it. So usually where I'm at. Like, especially when I leave the country, I don't mind sharing that with you, because when I'm out of the country, gratefully you won't be able to come to me. But usually when I'm in the States, I've relocated. I'm out of Florida, as you see. So I'm not there anymore. Okay. Okay. And I think the question is, why do you always cape for Haitians? If someone asks why I cape for Haitians, let me say this. The Haitian nationality and the culture and the people are my superheroes. Let me say this again. Haitians are my superheroes. Coming from a French Caribbean background, if many of you know about the Haitians and the win and what they've done to really fight against the system of colonization and how they were able to free South American countries like Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, and also the United States, they are my superheroes. So I love the Haitian culture. You will always see me revere them because in my eyes, they are what I attribute as heroes. Okay, so, for people who ask that question, it's like, why would that bother you? Like, if you don't know about who they are, where they come from, how amazing they were able to overcome, and they were the only Caribbean island that overcame these demons. And they won, and they're being really vilified, and they're being, really attacked because of how amazing a win. And for those who don't know, also Haiti, their flag colors, Venezuela, I think Colombia, no, Venezuela, is it Colombia too? Venezuela, Ecuador, I think it's Colombia too. Their flags take on their colors of the Haitian flag because of how they helped them to overcome the Spanish when they came there. So if you ever ask me that question again, I'm not Haitian, but I have, as a French, coming from a French background, especially from the Caribbean, because we're considered to be Latin